e6 by Hikaru, which is known as Horwitz defense. And here Hikaru plays b6. He goes for English defense, preparing for bishop to b7. Okay, so instead of this move, it's better for black to capture on c4, and after bishop takes c4, bishop to b4 pinning the knight and continuing the game. But after the move a6, okay, so some of you might be thinking that here white can actually capture on e7 to destroy the black castling, but guys, this will be of no use because you can see that there is not any critical threat to black king, and it's well protected by the knight and the queen. And in the future, black will simply brings out his rook and slide back his king to 8th rank. Okay, so in the actual game, after the move bishop to h6, f4 by white, which is an inaccuracy because after bishop to g7, you can see that this bishop is almost trapped on g5 square. Instead of this, the best move for white is to play queen to d2, because suppose if this bishop gets exchanged, white can actually place his queen to g5, creating some pressure towards the king side. Okay, so white played this move because maybe he wants to play queen to b4, targeting these connected pawns. But instead of this, the best move for white is not to play queen to d2, it is to play f5, This is because after takes, bishop takes f5, taking benefit of this pinned pawn, and if black tries to be defensive and he brings back his knight to f6, knight to g5, creating more pressure towards this e6 pawn, and the only way to defend this is king to f8. And after this, simply bishop to h3. And in the next move, white will play queen to a6, infiltrating towards the black position as well as targeting the pawns, and you can see that white is better. Okay, so in the actual game, after the move queen to d2, and in this position Hikaru sacrificed his knight. But guys, this move is a blunder because after takes, and here in this position, black can also play knight to g4, targeting this f2 pawn. Now in this position, it's better for white to start pushing these pawns, but instead he blunders by bishop to f5. And in this position, Hikaru sacrificed his bishop, and obviously you can't capture this bishop due to this back rank mate. That's why now it's better for black to capture this f2 pawn and start capturing these connected pawns. Okay, so here everything was fine till here, but in this position Hikaru blunders by rook to e1. This is because after takes, bishop takes e1, now you can see that white is close to promotion. Instead of this rook to e1 move, it's better for it's better for black is the better move for black is actually not to play rook to e1, it is to sacrifice the knight, and black is winning. This is because suppose after takes, and note one thing that it's not good for black to capture this g3 pawn, because then white will start pushing his f pawn. Hence the best move for black is to play rook to c5. This is because after and if white gives a check, suppose rook to h8, simply king to e7, rook takes e8, king takes e8, rook to f1. Suppose if targeting this bishop, simply rook to c2, okay, guarding this bishop. And if bishop to suppose d1, attacking this rook, simply rook to d2, okay. And if g4, white starts pushing his pawn, bishop to d4, and you can see that this king is struck up, whereas black king is free, which will easily stop these two pawns, and you can see that black will start pushing his own pawns and wins the game. Okay, so in the actual game, after the move bishop takes e1, a huge blunder by Hikaru. Instead of this, he must consider the move bishop to f2 with the idea of bishop to d4, trying to stop this pawn. And you can see that this move bishop to g8 actually jailed the Hikaru rooks. And in this position, the final move by Sergey is queen takes d5, and in this position, Hikaru resigned. What an amazing game by Sergey. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. Hit that subscribe button for more because it motivates me a lot. This is your host Bison signing off. Bye bye.